Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Pink Table Talk. How are y'all doing today? We have got another great topic for all of us to discuss today. We got our girls, Deidre and Kat, back with us again to talk about some things that we like to talk about. It's like a real Pink Table Talk today. So make sure that you tag a friend, share this, like this, and let your friends know that we're on to talk about girlfriend chat, Pink Table Talk. As we call it. So y'all ready, Kat? You good? Deidre, you good?
I'm ready to
Yep.
go.
We ready to go. So we're talking about hot topics today. So big shout out to the Women of Hope with all of our great topics that we have. Got to give our shout out to our girls. Want to say hey to all of them and all of our Life University groups and our women's groups and everybody that's a female at the House of Hope Atlanta. So real quickly, excuse me, our first topic is something that's been in the news a couple of days, and well, it's been a while now. Travis Scott, the incident that happened at the festival where he was, Live Nation was the promoter, I want to say, or was responsible for a lot of it. But now he is being sued. I don't know if you not heard, but it was maybe 8 or 9 people that lost their lives, people injured just going to a concert to hear music. And Travis Scott, who was the performer, is being sued as a result of those people passing away. And a lot of people are saying he should have stopped the show. He should have done this. He should have done that. I even saw a link where they showed before a man passed out at a concert of his, and he stopped the entire concert so that medical attention could go to them. And I just don't believe that he knew what was happening. So is it fair to him to be sued, or do you think that he's just a product of what happened? So we'll start with Deidre. What are your thoughts?
Clearly he's a product of what happened. I've
Mhm.
heard when many people are on stage performing, they're so focused on what they're doing that they don't. Sometimes they don't even see the crowd. Because they're trying to make
Mhm.
sure that they're entertaining. But I do remember going to several concerts where it's just a stand up concert, and you do get crowded in there like that. You can't move because people are dancing, and you just find yourself just together. So I don't go to those kind of concerts anymore. I have to have a seat. So,
Right.
but do I think he's responsible for that? No, no. I just don't think he could see that and still just carry on. So no.
Most definitely. What are your thoughts, Kat?
Absolutely. So I definitely think it's a definite tragic event. Of course, everyone's heart goes out to the victims themselves, but absolutely we cannot hold Travis Scott himself responsible for that. It could have happened to anyone. If you think about back in the day when you would watch the Michael Jackson concerts, you would see people falling
Mhm.
out everywhere. I mean,
Hmm.
by the masses. I mean, these are more than just 8 people. You would see them literally having to lift these bodies over the crowd because these
Mhm.
people have fallen out so much. When you're on the stage, one lone person, you can barely see with your hands out in front of you. Everything out there is dark. You have these lights in your face. It's a great deal that's going on from that stage vantage point that people don't understand. There was
Hmm.
nothing that he would have been able to do. And I actually saw the videos where on 2 or 3 occasions he actually stopped to ask someone, take a look, someone needs medical attention here. He did all that he could have done. I mean, he's not a healthcare professional. There was nothing that he could have done to jump in the crowd and do anything to remedy the situation. So I definitely don't think he's an individual that should be held responsible as a performer. Of other
Right.
legal entities that they have to look at, of course, but definitely I don't think it should be him.
Yeah, because I think it boils down to we're going to hold somebody responsible and we have to sue somebody and everybody that's
Hmm.
involved until you're cleared. We're going to sue everybody, sort of thing.
Hmm.
And if you got a couple of dollars, we're going to sue you. But one thing that I
Hmm.
will say is just reading that he's paying for all the funerals of those who passed away. He didn't have to do that. And he just seems very sorrowful. And I know that that's got to do something to him in his performing from
Yeah.
now on, especially when that's your job. So, yeah, I hate that all the way around for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
very traumatic,
so
very
unfortunate.
traumatizing event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So what do
Mm-hmm.
y'all think about Sierra's prayer? Do y'all think, when she was asked how does she get Russell, the man of her dreams and, all of that. So what do y'all think about that prayer? Do y'all think that's just a prayer where you get to talk to God, because a lot of that she talked about her too,
Mhm.
and things that, was going on with her and what she needed to do. But how do y'all feel about that prayer? You, Laria, how you feel?
Well, I was laughing because look, I'm gonna call her out, Sierra, in our Life University group. And she texted me and was like, "Girl, here goes the prayer. Here goes the prayer. Make sure that you pray this prayer now. If you want a good thing,
Mm,
you want a Russell Wilson, this is it." And we,
mm-hmm.
we kind of laughed. It's a joke sort of thing. But at the same time, I did look at it to read it. I was like, let me see what's going on in this prayer. But when I was reading it, I was thinking to myself, and I believe this kind of goes back to when I was younger. I was praying selfish prayers, things that I wanted, like I
Mm-hmm.
want a husband that will do this for me. It wasn't about building something for the kingdom and living for God
Mm-hmm.
together. It was just about myself. And so the motive behind when we pray has to be pure. And I believe that the
Yeah.
prayer that she prayed was sincere because that's what she did. But I believe that some of the women who are praying this prayer feel like this is the magic formula for me to get my
Yeah.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Yeah.
And and we've talked about this at one of our women's group things. She said, God said about looking at other people's relationships and wanting what they have when you really don't know what's really happening. So to us, it could be, oh, this isn't this, but you have to be careful with what you pray for too. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, reading through it, I'm like, okay, she had a lot of self reflection on
Yeah.
herself and what she needed to do as a woman and how she wanted to be purified for God. And then she prayed for the man that he had for her. And so, yeah, I mean, I believe that it was a sincere prayer, but my concern is that people who are praying the prayer feel like this is the magic. I'm gonna get married in 2 seconds to a man like Russell Wilson. He's gonna be rich. He's gonna want to
Yep.
take in my kids. He's gonna want to do this. He gonna. It's like, you know, that may not be what God has for you. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. What about you, Kat?
Absolutely. I think the one thing that we have to keep in focus is that God is not our personal genie. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not
Come
like
on now.
rubbing that bottle and making those three little wishes and poof, here it goes. Prayer is
Mm-hmm.
definitely a full spectrum thing. You have to kind of see the whole picture when you're
Yeah.
praying. As Laria was saying, it's those selfish one-sided prayers that you're not thinking about. uh First and foremost, I think what we have to be careful of is looking at other people's situation. It looks good, the picture looks nice, it looks beautiful, but you don't know what that person had to go through or endure to get there. And the question becomes, how bad do you want it? Because are you willing to have to sacrifice what that person had to sacrifice to get there? So you have to think about that first. Secondly, you have to make sure that you are what you're looking to attract. So if
That's
you
true.
are not in that place where
Definitely.
you have you together, you can pray all day, but that is not going to be manifested because God knows that you yourself are not ready for what it is that
Right.
you're asking for. All you're going to do is
Yeah,
destroy you and then end up destroying somebody else in the process. So you have to be really focused
Amen.
when it comes to praying for spouses. Now, I read the prayer too, okay? We all took a look at it. Let's be clear. everybody trying to everybody trying to see what
but now
and
I'm gonna read
and
it
it
now.
was.
But I'm just saying
It was a strong prayer. It was
Yeah.
solid. It was
it
solid, but it
was.
was
It was.
Sierra's prayer. It was
Mm-hmm.
not precision for Laria, for me, it was for Sierra. It worked for
Error.
Sierra, and for her. It's not gonna work for you because God may
That's
not
right.
want what she has for you. So definitely, it's a fun thing for us to talk about. We know what we see, and God, I see what you've done for others. Please come on now. I'm
That's
sitting here. I'm
right.
waiting. I'm watching. Where you at? Can I be next in
Yeah.
line? Okay, I'm just standing here. What's going on? But yeah, we have to we have to focus ourselves in a little bit more as women and making sure that we are being ourselves, what it is that we're trying to attract, and then making sure that we're in a space where we're ready to move into that type of commitment, because marriage is not something to play with. So, but
Come
yeah,
on now.
I'm here.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. I agree. What about you,
So I'm
Deidre?
coming
What
up
you
with
think?
I'm coming up with I, I
That's right.
I mean, listening to it again, she prayed for what she needed, and she prayed for to fix her and for what she wanted. So I think it was good. But again, we just can't take what she did and just expect Russell. I mean, yeah, I want a Russell,
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying? But again, you don't know what is going on with that. We all know nothing is
that's right.
perfect. You know what I'm saying? But that was a good
Mm,
prayer for her. And you could tell that she
that's
did do
right.
some soul searching for herself. She had to fix some things for herself. So I thought it was good. And I think it is another avenue where you could talk to God about you and what you want. And then of course he's gonna
Right.
correct you and say, hey, you ain't ready for that. Sit on down somewhere, or you still need got some work you gotta do. So I think it was good.
Yeah. I well
Hmm.
said for both of you. Look, for all three of us, I think we said some pretty good stuff on that.
We did.
Because I mean, it's just like I said, I just get kind of, I don't know. I just don't want everything is not the same for everybody.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
even with Russell Wilson, I think that a lot of women now is all about the money and can you finance
Mm,
my what I want
yeah.
my lifestyle to be.
Hmm.
For some
Hmm.
women, I'm not saying everybody because a lot of us have our own, and that's
Hmm.
not the priority. But we've got to be careful with what we're saying when we pray and not pray selfish
Hmm.
prayers. 'Cause, God might be trying to work some things out in us,
That's
which
it.
we don't want to talk about.
We're back on our Thanksgiving installation.
Freedom. It's at the core of who we are. The freedom to live without fear, to jog where we please, to wear a hoodie. The freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
Why do you think these men don't want to get married?
It really depends on an individual's why we're getting married. A lot of the things that make a man good are kind of intangible. And his credit score shouldn't be the metric for what makes him good.
Moving forward to our next topic of cancel culture. So I know the saints of God have watched the Dave Chappelle special.
Mm,
Have we not? Everybody tries to say, oh, I don't. Yeah, you watched it. We all have watched
yeah.
Dave Chappelle special. And how people have come for him, little baby. It's so many different people that people are trying to
Hmm.
cancel because of their views on things and their thoughts on things.
Hmm.
So, do you believe that cancel culture is relevant? Because now I mean, like, say, and this goes even to racist comments that we've seen with nurses or whoever, and people will blast their phone number, where they work, their email addresses, call this number because so and so said this. So how do you all feel about that? Because it could be one of us at some point. So I'll start with you, Kat. What do you think?
Definitely. I feel like cancel culture is it's definitely 100% relevant, and I feel like for certain situations it has its place. But I do definitely feel like it has gone a little bit too far in recent
Hmm.
years with it. Um, I think
Hmm.
what we have to stop and think about, if you remember briefly before his exit out of office, and please believe me when I tell you, I think Donald Trump is one of the most mentally unbalanced people that have ever creeped upon the face of
Yeah.
the earth. And you remember that he was banned from social media networks and outlets. And yes, the
Hmm.
things that he was saying was very controversial. They were racist. They, moved places to the point of violence. But you have to stop and ask yourself, if we have the ability to silence the voice of the then president of the United States, where is the cutoff? When does it happen to Loria? When does it happen to Drea?
Hmm.
When does it happen to Kat? For maybe just possibly expressing what you believe to be your opinion. So I think we definitely have to take a look at how we're moving with cancel culture, but it's definitely important, if you're a public figure, to recognize that there's responsibility that comes with that.
Right.
You have to kind of learn to bridle what you say and master the point of delivery, because things can become
Right.
so convoluted and people can take things and twist them so quickly, and you're like, whoa, wait a minute, that's not the intention, that's not what I meant by that.
Hmm.
And people
Hmm.
will take it and warp that statement every which, so you have to be very conscious about that. But I think we have entered a place where we are just a culture that we're so sensitive, and it's all become a bit, it's exhausting at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
back in the day, you
Yeah.
had your Richard Pryors, your Eddie Murphy. I mean, Eddie Murphy
Man.
was recently apologizing for a joke that he made when he was wearing the leather suit back in what, huh?
And that was like
You
one of the best of all time. Like, yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. Child. What about you, Deidre? What do you think about cancel culture? That was, yeah, you're right.
I think, like Kat said, it has its place, but I think sometimes we probably need to take the responsibility off of the person who's saying it. Like Dave Chappelle, he's a comedian. You're in there to
Right.
laugh at basically everything he says and not take it personally. Yeah, granted, he
Right.
knows that that goes on because he's been challenged for so many years about things that he say, but he's a comedian. Everybody's there to laugh about every little thing. You just can't take one thing that he says that's funny and wipe it off, but this
Yeah.
thing is serious. So I think we just need to look at who it's coming from. The president, no, that
Right.
cannot come from the president. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
we're talking about a comedian. We're talking
Right.
about a
Yeah.
rapper. Granted, because they are adults, they do have some responsibility. But it was there for jokes, and they paid to be there for jokes. About
Right.
everything. So
Right. Right. I agree. Because, I love Dave Chappelle. Now, Dave
I
Chappelle can
do
do no
too.
wrong in my,
I think he's gonna be
but,
here in a couple of
it's a
weeks, and I think I want to go.
yes, exactly. He's just so, what I like about him so much is that nobody is safe. He talks about everybody because when I heard about everybody was like, we need to cancel him. I was like, let me go and look at this. And so when I heard, I was like, he talked about black people, white people, Asian people. I
Yes,
mean, he went down the
yes,
list. Every person on the face of the earth, that if you did, he would talk about someone who's mentally challenged. I mean, he's just going to
Yeah.
talk about everybody because he's the purest form of a comedian, in my opinion.
and
And
he talks
I
about
just,
himself.
Yes.
yes.
So
And he talks about his Asian wife. He talks about everything, his
yes,
kids, everybody.
exactly.
So
Everything.
my thing my thing is if he weren't and he was just harping in on one group, I'd be like, now he don't need to do that.
Yeah,
But he is
Yeah.
just so hilarious across the board. And I do believe, like you all said, the cancel culture has its place for certain
Yeah.
things, but right now I just feel like we're trying to be detrimental to people. Like
Yeah.
what we're doing is just it's too much. So yeah.
It just
Okay.
everything
So
just
on to
feels
the
like
next
it's
subject.
so heavy.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kat.
Yeah, I was just saying everything just now it's everything is just heavy. Everything is just so
Yeah.
serious and over the top. Lighten up, laugh a little, let's smile.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Agree.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so on to the next topic. The holidays are coming up. So let's talk about first of all, we got two things. What should be on the menu, what shouldn't be on the menu. And then also how are we dealing with those unwanted family members that has to come to dinner because they're family,
Mm.
but it's drama, but it's family and it's the holidays. How are we dealing with that? Do you just
Wow.
say you can't come, or you just there and you quiet the whole time? How are we dealing with that?
See, the problem is
Listen.
we ain't got no more Big Mama, because everybody used to have to go to Big Mama's house and you wasn't going to be over there acting up. You know what I'm saying? Now, Big Mama gone and y'all drinking and everybody just acting a fool, making shady comments and talking about folks'
Yep.
kids. And y'all just be all out of
Yep.
bounds. Let's just talk about that.
Exactly.
You are out of
Yes.
bounds on some of the stuff you're saying because, we get that liquid courage. You done had a glass of wine or two or some of the brown or whatever you drinking. You got that red cup and you going in and out the house and doing, how we do at our
Yep.
black family
Yep.
gathering. And the next thing
Yep.
you know, you done popped off. And it's like, you know, I will just say this. Go in peace, go with the right attitude, and don't stay long. Say hey to everybody. Come in. If you've got a family drama, but you still, your auntie invited you, you love your auntie, you're going to go over there,
Yeah.
see her, make sure she knows you see everybody. And, and keep it capital because some families are toxic and you don't need to be around that in that environment for too long. And it's okay, but you still need to show your face because you can't get rid of us. We your family.
Yeah.
So go on in
Yeah.
there,
That's
say
the
hey to
thing. We
everybody,
family.
and keep it pushing. It doesn't necessarily have to be this long. Let me get there this time. Let me stay around and let me, you don't have to do that. Just tap
Mm-hmm.
and go. Boom, boom, boom. Kind of like how you do at those holiday functions for work. Just keep it moving.
In and
So,
out.
yeah,
Yeah. That's it. That's it.
In and out.
Yeah,
Most
I
definitely.
okay.
agree completely. I agree completely. Go with the best of intentions, absolutely. But listen, please know and understand. Don't come shooting no darts this way, okay? Not with me, because I'm firing back, and I'm hitting you where it hurt. Okay, don't come talk. Don't start it. Don't start none. Won't be none.
Don't
Okay,
start no more.
listen. Don't start none. Don't be none. Okay, come make your
Yeah,
little plate, get your food, eat your little dinner, and go on about your business. Don't stir the pot with me because you don't want no parts of this. Because I'm gonna give you what you're looking for. You come this way, but definitely, definitely, for the sake of grandma, you're always looking to,
Yeah.
try to keep things copacetic, and
Peaceful.
and definitely, I feel like there are a lot of situations where there's so much division and toxicity, especially in African American families. And I feel like far too often we see situations where we're forced to kind of maintain those bonds and ties against our will just for the sake of saying it's this blood, that's family. But toxicity should not have a place in anyone's life. So I'm under the
Exactly.
impression that if you are in a situation where you're going around people who are going to trigger you, who are going to alter your state of being or put you in a certain headspace, and my child, stay at home, run to the Piccadilly,
right,
get your plate,
right.
go back to the house. Keep your
Exactly.
peace. It's not worth
Exactly.
it.
That's
It's
true.
not worth it.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
That was my answer to it. If you know you just can't do it, don't go. Don't go. Because you
Yeah.
know it's gonna be ugly. Don't even go. If it's that
yeah.
bad,
Because we
don't
don't
go.
want all that drama at the house. Because see, I'm the person that's
Uh-uh.
always trying to keep everybody at the house, and everybody come and everybody come, and then you come over here messing up my Thanksgiving. Now I
Yep.
got to fight you. Okay, So then we have a whole nother
Man,
problem. And I'm on the pink look, and I'm on the pink table talk, and now you
Right.
looking at me crazy. You know, I'm trying to be a testimony. So we gotta keep
look,
the
now it's
testimonies
drama
clean and
within the
clear.
whole family. Ain't nobody
Right.
talking now.
That's right, because it only takes
Yeah,
that small
That's it.
statement, and even those snide
Hmm.
comments, those shady comments, you already
yeah,
know.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't go there,
yeah.
Yeah.
but I'm gonna let her know. But I'm gonna let her know she ain't all that. It's
Mm-mm,
like you don't have to
mm-mm.
do that. Don't start nothing, because a lot of us we just cannot shut our mouths. Our mouths just be
Right.
good, 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 and
So
we
true.
got to stop it.
Yeah.
So,
Every discipline starts with creating a habit. Find a plan that works for you. I know you can put a reminder in your phone, call so and so in 30 days. You can't use the excuse that, oh, I'm an introvert or I'm an introvert, stuff people like to say. Nah, if you're not outgoing, right, you better get going because that's the only way networking works.
but what was your
Exactly.
favorite food? What was your food that you liked and that you didn't? We didn't talk about that.
Listen,
I've kind of
this
gotten
is what
away
I
from.
will say. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What was you going?
No,
Listen.
I've kind of
I
gotten away
think
from the. We still going.
go.
Go cat.
Okay, listen. So I definitely think that Thanksgiving is not the time for your experiments. Don't get to scrolling Instagram and YouTube and
Don't do it.
Facebook and think that the Thanksgiving gathering is the time for you to experiment with your culinary arts dreams. Okay, we're not here for
No,
it. We want no parts of it. Please don't come and destroy our situation with this foolishness.
that's right.
Don't be putting no Brussels sprouts and carrots and other stuff in the macaroni and cheese. Since we don't need it, just put the cheese in
We
there,
don't want
bake it, and go on about your business. Okay, don't be adding no extra stuff to the turkey. Yeah, no, we don't need crunchy
it. I
onions on the
agree.
turkey. Just stop. Stop it, okay? Keep it straight to the point and traditional. Don't come up with no new cranberry sauce. Just listen. Stop it, okay? Stop.
That's right.
Stop
That's
letting
right.
Facebook and Instagram be your guide for Thanksgiving dinner because nobody wants it, okay? Bring
We
the
don't.
traditional stuff the way it's supposed to be made, and let's just have a great Thanksgiving dinner. It's got to
That's
stop.
right.
This is not experiment time.
That's right. And you got to be asked to bring something that everybody has,
Exactly.
that you've been proving.
Right.
It's got to be a proven
Right.
dish. So if they ask you to
Right.
bring something and you say, no, but my so and so's, no, 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 no. They tasted
No.
that. They don't want that. They don't want to give what they've asked to give for Christmas or Thanksgiving or New Year. Either way. Just bring what the people ask you to bring. Don't volunteer. We don't want it. Okay. I'm saving everybody right now. Don't do it. Don't do it. What about you, Deidre?
I'm the same way. You know, it's not a time for experiment. But the thing about it, so how do y'all feel about having the same meal for Thanksgiving and Christmas? Like it's the same thing. I don't like that. Like I be wanting something different
I
for
don't eat
Christmas. We can
that.
do seafood, something else, something else. I
Yeah.
don't want to see the turkey and dressings and all that for both holidays.
We done ate turkey and dressing for 2 weeks. What, a week after, and then
Right.
Flies talked about how he's gonna die, and then throw away them leftovers.
Get rid of them. Please throw them away. Please stop.
You eat
Please stop.
leftovers for
Okay.
2 weeks. No, the food is gone.
Right.
It's done. Okay,
Mm-mm.
it's done. It's time
Mm-mm.
to let it go.
Mm-mm.
But yeah,
No.
I agree with you. We did seafood for Christmas last year.
Mm,
And I
Mm-hmm.
really, because our family normally goes out of town every year. We've gone to Disney World since I was a kid every year. That's like our
Hmm.
Reed family trip. So we couldn't go because of the pandemic last year. So this year, maybe we'll be able to be gone and be in a park or doing something different. So
So,
um, I've never really had traditional food on Christmas. So
mhm,
it's always been different, which is very cool. But we did seafood last year. My aunt, she picks a different country every year to do. So she'll do like Italian, she'll do Japanese, she'll do
mhm.
like for Christmas. She does all the
that's good.
traditional stuff for Thanksgiving, but she'll do
That's
a
good.
different country every year. I think that's a good idea too.
That's good. That is a good idea.
Yeah.
See if I can get my family to
Abs-
do that.
Girl, don't have no dressing and see how that goes. Don't
Right.
have no greens
Try.
or some fried chicken or something. It ain't gonna
Girl.
go too well, Deidre.
Mhm.
Now we got drama with me.
Right.
Right.
Now you the cause of the drama with the food.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, y'all, we enjoyed talking about our holiday hot topics. Did y'all enjoy it? I enjoyed talking about this. Did y'all? Is there any food that you don't eat for the holidays?
Oh
I
yeah.
eat everything.
Yeah.
Eat
There's a
everything?
lot that I
Okay.
don't eat for the holidays. Don't bring any chitlins to this table. Don't sit that out there. We're not doing that. I don't need no hog legs, ox tail. Look, just keep all the foreign body parts off the table.
Good.
Maria, keep all of the foreign body parts off the table. I cannot take it. I can't. Like
Oh my
you know what? Honestly, I'm tired of y'all and these odds and ends body parts that y'all want to place on the table. I'm tired. I'm tired. It,
God. I don't know.
it's
I
gotta
love
stop. Stop.
oxtails and rice though. It's a good gravy. It be good.
Maria, y'all gotta quit
Now
putting the
I don't do
leftover pieces
chitlins.
on the
My
table.
brother and my mama they kill chitlins, but I don't do the
I do
chitlins. But
chitlins for the holidays only. Only for the holidays.
hmm
I want me some
yeah,
chitlins.
yeah.
I
And
can't.
she looking like no ma'am.
I
I'm just
can't.
not a Jello mold person or like that kind of stuff. Like those. I just found out what figgy pudding was, and it's like you know how to say, oh, bring us a figgy pudding or whatever in one of them
Hmm.
carols. I looked it up today for whatever reason, and it's like
And
some
what is
kind
it?
of it's like crumb cake-ish thing. Something that I don't
Mm-mm.
like fruit cake. I don't
Oh,
like
I
none of
don't
that
either.
stuff. So
Mm-mm.
that kind of stuff. Now Christmas cookies and all that, okay, we good, but none of
No. See, that's what I'm talking
the other
about
stuff.
right there. That experimenting. Let's don't do that. Leave the figgy pudding in the song. We're good. It's okay. We don't need it.
Cat
Let's
don't
Well,
go.
want
nigga,
oxtails. No
No.
chitlins.
no, Kim.
No.
You don't eat no Jamaican food? No
No.
oxtails from the Jamaican restaurant?
No. It's just the odds and ends just kind of like it's just
She like,
like
she just can't do it.
it's
She can't
oxtail,
do it.
okay, pig feet. It's just like I just feel like it's parts we just shouldn't be eating. Just shouldn't be doing
That's
that.
so funny. Yeah,
That's all.
it's from
That's all.
our heritage.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
We took it and made it something, honey. Put some gravy on it and kept
Yes,
that
we
thing
did.
pushing.
Yes, we did. If we don't do anything
And
else,
you
so
like,
we
we don't
take
have to
something
keep
out
doing
of
it
nothing and
now.
make it work.
Right.
Mm,
You like, but we don't
mm-mm.
have to keep doing it. We with them days
Yeah,
over with,
we
huh?
don't have to. We've overcome a little bit. We've overcome enough
That's
for us to leave the pig's feet on the pig. We've came that far at least.
that's hilarious. Hilarious. Well, you guys, I'm so grateful to have Deidre. She's back, of course, and Kat coming back again with these hot topics, y'all. We always have a great time talking about our different things. So if you have some topics that you want us to talk about, put them in the chat. Let us know for Pink Table Talk. We enjoyed it today. You guys have a great holidays. Enjoy yourselves and just enjoy your families as well because tomorrow's not promised. All right. I hope you all enjoy yourselves. Anything else you guys want to say? You ladies want to say?
No.
No, enjoy.
All right, we'll see you the next time right here on Big Table Talk. Bye.
Yes.